Alright, let's get started. So, hi, I'm Lizzie and I am from The Ginger Introvert if you read my blog online. And a friend of mine recently told me that I should start doing YouTube, at least like semi-regularly. So, and that's something I've always kind of toyed around with doing. So I thought I would just give it a shot. And what better video to start with than a quick get ready with me. I don't really have a busy day today. I've already kind of been out and about. I went to lunch with my mom earlier today, and yeah, I'm gonna be going home with my fiance today. We're gonna take a little bit of a car trip. It'll probably take about 2.5 hours, maybe 3. So I don't really need an awful lot of makeup, but I want just like a little bit, so I thought I would have you get ready with me. And what better way to get to know a girl than to see her bare face without any makeup? So, to start, I'm gonna tie up my hair because that is essential to make-upping life. And to begin, I'm actually on spring break right now, and so I don't have like everything in my arsenal with me. So I usually do like a primer, and I have like this spray one that I like, but I didn't bring it. So I have this. It's Revlon's Beyond Natural Smoothing Primer. I don't even know if they make this anymore. I've had this since I was in like high school, and for like a frame of reference, I'm a junior in college. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna use this. This is gross. I'm not gonna do that. So I'm just gonna do just gonna go straight on with my foundation, or I don't even really use foundation. I kind of mix two things together. I use Maybelline's Dream Fresh BB Cream. I use that, and then I also use IT Cosmetics CC Plus Color Correcting, which is really full coverage. This is really nice, but I don't really need full coverage. My skin is usually pretty okay. I know I look really red. I usually look really red. That's really all I have to deal with. But, you know, a little bit of coloring. Ooh, I dropped it. A little bit of color correcting never hurt anybody. So, yeah. And what colors? What colors? I have light in this. And then also light 100 in this. And I just like to mix it. I like the color that it makes. Because this is a little too, like, yellowish without the Maybelline, and the Maybelline is a little too pink without the IT Cosmetics. So I like to mix the two. Yeah, see, the two separate are really different, but when I mix them together, I really like the results. And I feel like it matches me pretty well. So when I mix it together, it becomes that, and it'll probably look horrible as I'm putting it on, but we'll get there. So I just kind of dab it on first, and then I'll go in with my beauty blender. And like, this is usually what I do. I don't do anything crazy. I never really go all out unless I'm like going to a dance. I don't really party or anything, so I don't really like have party makeup or anything like that. It's just like, just me. I just kind of try to blend it in. Oh, and for my mirror, I love this. Like, it's Carly Bybel's Deluxe Edition palette, and the mirror is huge. I love it. I love it for applying makeup. Just try to blend it in, even to like my hairline a little bit too, just so it doesn't look uneven. And I don't put on an awful lot. I just like a little bit of coverage, a little bit of color correction. And if it doesn't look on camera, I swear it looks good in person. So, next, I have like all of my makeup in this bag because, as I said before, I am on spring break. So everything is just kind of discombobulated. I'm home right now, which is always so nice. It's good to see my family. It's good to just relax because I'm a junior in college, and junior year gets a little gnarly. If you're a junior in college, or you have been in the past, you'll know what I'm talking about. Things just kind of blow up, and all of my makeup brushes are in this bag, so I gotta rummage through and find my concealer brush that I like to use. I didn't show you my concealer. I like to use, make sure that's facing up, NARS, what's this called? Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Vanilla. It's light too. And I like this. I was like between this and the like liquid one that everyone kind of goes wild for by NARS, because I knew I wanted to try NARS. I went to Sephora, and that was my first mistake. I don't really like going to Sephora all that much. I like going to Ulta, but I don't really have one near me where I live. And the girl at the counter was like telling me all the different like things that were good about this concealer and things that were good about the other concealer, and it was kind of making my head spin, and I was like, you know what, I'll just get this one. And I don't know if it was the best decision I've made. I wonder if this will take... I have had it for a little while. I've had it since the summer, and it hasn't like dried out or anything. I hope it doesn't dry out, because, you know, you buy Mars, you don't... Mars. You buy NARS, you spend more than you probably should on concealer, but I don't know. I like it. Has just enough coverage, and all I really do, I don't really use this to like, I don't like to try to cover up pimples all that much, because I feel like when I do, I just make them worse. It just kind of feeds the beast. So I'm just kind of like putting this under my eyes just to brighten them up a little bit, and then put my brush back into its bag, and then I just go back in with my beauty blender thing. This isn't actually a beauty blender. I just got this at CVS, but I like it anyway. This was like $3 and it's perfect. I don't need to spend $20 on a beauty blender. And then after that, I think I'm pretty much done with my coverage and all of that. So after that, what I do, I like to go in with a powder, and usually I use like a loose powder, like under, just to bake a little bit and set everything. But I left that at school too, and I can't tell you what brand I use because I forget, but I got it at Kmart. It's nothing fancy. But for like the powder I use for like all over my face, I use Maybelline Fit Me in 130, which is buff beige, and I've used this for years. This is probably my second or third compact I've been through, and I like it. It works just fine for me. I finished with that, and then I just really like to do, I'm trying to keep it simple. I always really try to keep it simple. And so I don't really contour. It's not really a thing that I do. I've tried it. I got like one of like the NYX like contour sticks, and I did that, and I mean, it looked good. Like, nothing against contouring. I just like something a little bit more simple, something a little bit easier to just kind of throw on and go. I have, of course, Hoola by Benefit, which is one of my favorites, and as you can see, it's the little tiny package you can get in like in Sephora, like the little like before you check out, like those little racks. Yeah, that's usually where I go. If I shop in Sephora, that's where I go. I don't really go anywhere else. I just kind of look at the little mini sizes that I can get for a lot cheaper. Or I have this. It's Tarte's Amazonian Clay Waterproof Bronzer in Park Ave Princess, and I actually really love this. I got this in my Ipsy bag, and it's also another little trial size, but honestly, these trial sizes, I don't wear makeup every day. I don't need a big size, so these have lasted me for at least a year or longer, because I kind of switch off, and I have other bronzers I use too, but these two are my favorites. And I think today I'm feeling the Tarte, so I'm just gonna, what I usually do, take a little bit on my brush. I use this big brush, and I just kind of like to buff it in. I know, don't yell at me, this probably isn't the way you're supposed to do it. I never really see any of the other of like the beauty gurus, they never really do this, but I just like to do this. I like just a little bit, and I like to kind of like go down, get a little bit more, do the other side of my face. I just like to, you know, hit my temples, hit like here, hit kind of like the top of my head where my hairline is, just like where the sun would naturally hit your face if I weren't pale as anything, because I'm Irish, I don't tan. So the only really kind of sun, if I'm ever gonna get, is in packaging like this. So maybe just take a little bit more. I like to kind of like go on my neck too. Go under my jawline, kind of take it up a little bit more on my jawline, bring it back. I just like a little bit. I don't want an awful lot. I don't really, honestly, like contouring looks great on other people, but on my face shape, I don't really like it all that much. It's because my face is so round, it's like, I feel like the contouring is just like, it just kind of looks weird on me, or maybe that's just me. So honestly, for me, just like going all over like I did just works fine. I like the way it looks. And now I want to go to blush. I have a couple different options. Almost everything I feel like I'm gonna say I use is probably from my Ipsy bag. This is one of my favorite blushes at the moment too. It's Lychee and Gold Healthy Glow Rose Gold Blush, and I can't talk. I really like this. It's really pretty. It's a really pretty rose gold. I like it. It's really pretty. I love the way it looks on me. So tap a little bit off. Smile. Sometimes I like to take a teeny tiny bit and pop it on my nose. What if I saw one of my favorite YouTubers do that and it looked really cute on her? And I was like, hey, you know what? I'll give it a shot. And I like the way it looks. Oh, and I do something else with the bronzer. This is an e.l.f. brush that is falling apart. I've had it for years. And where's my, okay. Go back in with the, or wait, no, maybe I won't use the Tarte. Maybe I'll use the Hoola. Something a little bit more matte. I take a little bit on this brush and I just like to, if I'm gonna contour anything, or it'll be my nose, and I like doing that. Just like a little bit of definition. But I'm pretty sure my nose is done. I contoured that. This brush is falling apart. I need a new one. Or I need one that's like it, because like, yeah, it does that. Carly Bybel palette. There's a couple that I like to use because it's so nice. They have like all down here is a bunch of different highlighters, and I think I might actually use one of these today. Let me dig out my highlighter brush out of this mess. Maybe I'll just use this guy. I like using this guy. And I think what the one that I'll use is this kind of like pinky champagne one right here. I don't know if there's like a shade or anything for that, but I just like a little bit like right there. And I like using this brush because it kind of goes around the shape of my eye really nicely. So I knew I brushed for that. What I usually do, this is another oldie but a goodie, I use Stay Don't Stray by Benefit. I love this one. This is actually, I used to get like the little mini sizes like you get in Sephora, and I just decided to pony up and get the big size because I really rip through this stuff. And actually sometimes I even like using it as a concealer. I haven't done that in a while. Take my Eco Tools brush, brush it in. So let me rummage through. I have a couple products that I like to use. I have 3. And sometimes I use all 3, sometimes I just use 1 or 2. What I start off with always is my NYX Eyebrow Shaper, and it's just like a wax pencil. And what I like to do is I just go over, because like this way it'll keep everything in line while you're doing it. And also it helps like keep the color. Finished with that. And then typically I'll use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer in Auburn. So I like to use this, but sometimes that's a little bit more than I want. And I use the Essence Make Me Brow, which I also really like too. And this is the lighter color. I think they only have, yeah, blondie brows. Really like this, really like this. I like them together, I like them separate. And I'm thinking today, yeah, I'll go in with this first. I'll go all out. We're doing a video. So I don't really, I like it simple. I like it really easy. I just kind of go over a little bit add a little bit of color, fill in a little bit, but not an awful lot. I don't like that on natural, where it's like really blocked in. I just like a little bit of definition or a little bit of added color. And I like this auburn color too because that's, you know, it matches my hair. So add just a little bit of that. The brows take concentration. So I do a little bit of that. I hope they look good. I feel like they do. And then finished with that. A little bit more brushing. You can never brush them through too much before I go in with the Make Me brow. And I just finish it off with this. And now I think the fun part is doing my eyes, and that's one of my favorite things to do. And since it's spring, or almost springtime, as I say this, it's actually a day where we're supposed to be getting like a snowstorm. So, I mean, it's a little bit wishful thinking to want spring. But I am dying for nice warm weather. I'm done with winter. So I'm going to try to summon the good weather with maybe some purple eyeshadow, do a little bit of like a springy eye. So I got this in my Ipsy bag as well. It's this Pacifica Beach Crystals Natural Mineral Eyeshadows. And then the different shades are Faceted, Spaced Out, Prism, Raw Powder, and Mars. But I don't know which one starts with which, so I'm not exactly sure which shade is which, but I'm going to be using these two right here. So they're either Faceted and Spaced Out or Raw Powder and Mars. I would say they were Faceted and Spaced Out if I had to guess, but I do not know. So I'm already primed. I already did that. I like to do that first just so it can kind of like dry down a little bit. I think what I'm going to start with is this one right here on the end. I'll take that. Take a brush once I find it. This is one of my favorite brushes to use. I like to use the Wet n Wild. They have really good brushes out. And I like using this one. And I'll take that purple color on the end. And I just like to cover the whole eye. It's really light. It's really pretty. So I'm finished with that. And now I'm going to take a blending brush. And I actually like to use this Eco Tools. Right? Eco Tools? Yeah. Take this guy, and then I'll take that purple right there, and I'll just pop it on the outside. Okay, yeah, I like that. That's pretty. And then maybe I'll add just like a darker color, just like in my crease. So I'll take, this is from Beach Cosmetics, and I'll take that, and I have the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I'm gonna take that, and they have Delectable right there, that purple color. It's a really pretty purple, and I'll just put that in my crease. Okay, I like that. So now that I'm done with sometimes I do liner, most of the time I don't. Usually I just do the eyeshadow, and once I'm finished with it, I'll top it off with a little bit of mascara, and I really love using the Voluminous Lash Paradise. Really love this one. It's really pretty. I love the way it makes my lashes look. Pop that on real quick. So finished with that, and now for my lips I'm just gonna pop on a little bit of oh, got a hair. Pop on a little bit of balm. I like the Burt's Bees Medicated. This is pretty much my go-to. Just like to pop that on. And then I was planning on using a lipstick that I have in my bag downstairs, and I'm not going to go get it because I'm lazy. So I'm going to rummage through real quick. I just want a gloss or something. So I think I'm going to use this NYX Butter Gloss in Peaches and Cream. Oh, that's a cute name. So I'm going to pop this on super quick. I like that. And I love the color of these two, and they're just really easy. They go on really well. And I love that color. And I like the way it goes with this eyeshadow too. So I think we're all done. So next is just the hair, and I can, depending on how it comes out, we'll see if I do anything with it. Yeah, I think I'm fine. So yeah, that was it. Thank you for getting ready with me. Yeah, thank you for watching. I think that I'll try to post regularly, or at least semi-regularly. Maybe, I don't know if I can promise every week, just because I'm a college student, and it's really, in order to do right by YouTube, I want to try to put out content that is as good as possible. I don't really have any fancy cameras or anything, but I'll do my best to try to get out content that you'll want to watch. So if you have any recommendations, or you have any questions or anything you want to see from me, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna link all of my socials down in the description box below. And if you want to read anything from me, I post every Monday and Friday on my blog, thegingerintrovert.com. Of course, I'm linking that below too. But yeah, check it out. Come hang out with me. Come say hello, and thank you for hanging out. Bye.